Well, what happened was it was like in the early, when we was young, 13, 12, 13, 14, like that, it wasn't no drug too, prevalent to us. We weren't there yet. But if anything, that was the weed, we was trying to smoke cigarettes or, you know what I mean, trying to fuck with weed. And cocaine was like, we heard of it, you know what I mean? But that's like grown people did that. You know what I mean? Older people did that. And you had to have a few dollars. Affluent grown people did that. The people, the hustlers, you know what I mean, pimps. And you know what I mean? Well, that was later. That was in the 80s. But I'm saying when I was young in the 70s, early, and first heard of coke, it was like a rich man kind of thing. You know what I mean? It was like we ain't even thinking on there. That's what, rich grown people do. So, we was just into the weed thing. But I'm saying by the time I got of age to actually try coke or get involved in coke, it was cheaper. It was much cheaper. It was more available. It was like at some point, man, a motherfucking big helicopter flew over New York City, man, and just dropped a whole fucking just tons of cocaine on it, man. Because this shit wasn't around like this before. You know what I'm saying? And then in one day, it was every fucking where. It was every fucking where. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, thanks, fellas. Thanks, George. Motherfucker. And really, when I look back at it, because I got caught right up in it, just, you know what I mean? And it was like, that's not, I wasn't even thinking about no shit like this. You know what I'm saying? They made something so strong, okay, that if you try it, you fucked up. We got you. If you tap this motherfucker one time, all right, 9.5 of you motherfuckers is coming back, and y'all staying. That one half a motherfucker might got away and got scared and ran for the hills, but the rest of you motherfuckers was hooked, and that's what it was. Now, when it was just coke, it was like, it was cool because it was like you was doing something that the rich grown up, that people with paper do, but now it's semi-affordable. You know what I mean? Because now we was involved into hip hop. We was getting, up into the 18, 19, you know what I'm saying, where 20 years old, where we out, in the nightlife and shit. We partying with grown-ups now. So we around this shit firsthand. We watching people sniff cocaine. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of the older cats around our neighborhood, they were selling that shit. Or we knew the biggest drug dealer around, but we wasn't, not for that. We just knew he was cool. He was the man around here. Nobody fucked with him. He got guns. You know what I mean? This motherfucker introduced us to Freemason. And it didn't sink in right then because it was real coke back then.
Do you remember that incident?
You motherfucking right. I never forget this shit as long as I live, yo. Yo, it was a spot up on Burnside Avenue in the Bronx. It's called 9 West. All right, that's the address, 9 West Burnside Avenue. But these cats owned it, right? This gangster kid owned the spot. You know what I mean? His name was Crazy Eddie. God rest the day. He's gone. He finally gone. Because it was hard to kill that motherfucker there, man. All right? He used to run the neighborhood, and he was the main coke man, you know what I'm saying? And he had a spot, a pool room up the block, and a spot, right next to the little shoe store. And that's where he used to, do his business and shit from. You know what I mean? That's where he had his shit. And me and Jerry, JDL, who was best friends, from the early days on through, even when we wasn't doing hip hop, we was together. You understand what I'm saying? So L took me up there one day, right? And he was in there. Now this nigga used to beat people in the spot, like nail them down to the floor, like nail their hands to the floor and beat them with wood. Just be breaking wood on motherfuckers. Like, all right, and laughing. This is the type of dude he was. So me and L go up in there, right? I forgot, I swear to God, I can't think of why we went, whether we went to buy some coke, because that's the only fucking reason why we would go to 9 West to fuck with Eddie. You know what I mean? So I guess we went to buy some coke. far as I can remember. But anyway, once we got up there, me and Jerry D, me and JDL. Once we got up there, he said, let me show you something. Right? And he took us in the back and shit, and it was a pipe on the table, right? And it was a thing like alcohol and shit and motherfucking torches. And he was like, yo, this is freebase. He said, now I want you to take this here, right? And take a deep, take a pull, all right? And hold it. So Jerry did it, and then he put a rock on the shit, and then I did it. And we was like the most intense coke high like you ever been on. That's what that first hit of that fucking freebase felt like. And you could taste the cocaine all the way, all in your throat, all down, up in your nose, because it was real coke back then. This wasn't crack, all right? This was cocaine, all right? And he said, now that's what the big boys do. That's what you know what I mean? I guess he trying to school us little youngsters, or I don't know whether he was trying to get us hooked and make us customers. I doubt it, because we ain't had that kind of money anyway. But he was like, this is what's up. This is what, this is that thing or whatever. And I'll never forget that as long as I live. And I never wanted to do it again after that. I didn't get that. Or as soon as we left, like, oh shit, yo, we need to get some of that shit. Yo, you got money? Yo, I don't know. You start all that, but it wasn't like that, because that's when that coke was real coke. Before they start putting all the fucking chemicals and all that other shit in it to make crack, to make you speedy and all frantic and shit. That was real coke. Now, a motherfucker can do that shit and coexist. I mean, you can get up and go to work and shit, but a lot of people got strung out on this shit, but I mean, if you smoking real coke, if you dealing with real, put that motherfucker down and start talking to somebody. But if you do that shit with some crack, oh shit, oh, get the fuck out of here, who that? Oh shit, call somebody, yo, wait, shh, quiet. Why you moving? Shh. Oh shit. I hate that motherfucking cracker have your ass going, B. I'm telling you. Ain't nothing nice about that shit, man. It ain't nothing nice. And if you get to the point where like you can rock out, then you have done some crack. All right? I know some motherfuckers who just as normal as a motherfucker smoking crack. Now even a crackhead, you give him a nice hit, that nigga's going haywire. All right? He going haywire. But I know motherfuckers that's been doing this shit so long and is just so adept at the shit that just, yeah, right? So I'm telling these motherfuckers this and this. You know what I mean? The nigga's just normal, just regular, because I was there at a point. I could rhyme. I could put a brick in a motherfucking pipe and smoke that shit and go, well, I'm Grandmaster Caz, the best you can get. And if you can't say something nice, then don't say shit. And just to show niggas, it ain't, what? But I was just as fucking much as a fiend as anybody else. I just was cool with my shit. And if you smoke enough of that shit, I'm telling you, you still need it, but it's more like, okay,